been playing this deck for 2 weeks, experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and this is based off of yet another Lorcana TCG player / content creators deck. However, there are certain cards that I do not own, and I decided, hey, what if I made this kind of my own twist, as well as get help from, my buddies at Locals. So, here we are. How's it going? It's already Mugs with another deck profile, but I'm playing different colors this time. No Ruby Emerald. This time, it's Emerald Amethyst. And it's kind of supposed to be evasive, but it's not evasive. But, let's get straight to the deck profile. So, as you can see, we are starting off with 4 Pascals. My best friend, my pal. He has evasive when another character is on the field. This also works when there are 2, 3, heck, even 4 Pascal on the field. Kind of like a Morphtronic sort of deal from back at the good old 5D days of 5Ds. So originally, with this deck list, yes, it's going to be completely different. I'll list both deck lists in the description, as I always do. I ran 3 Milo Thatch because, he's a 2-2 and he can take out a couple things early, but I prompted instead of running, these are all the changes I made, like pre and post Locals tonight. 3 Olaf, because he is 1/3, yeah, he quests for 1, but he can take a lot of steel cards like Boom and fire the cannons until, he gets impaled, That's just Olaf for you. And then my addition is 2 Chernobog's followers, because, yeah, you're gonna need a lot of draw power for this deck. So, turn 1, play a Chernobog's followers, turn 2, play a Pascal and another Pascal, or whatever your opening hand is, and then quest with Chernobog's followers, and then banish the followers to get more draw power. And now, one of the annoying cards that I'm playing in this deck, well, for my opponents, is Pua. 2/2, you play him for 2, he quests for 2, and on top of that, when he's banished, you shuffle him back into your deck. So, however, this is kind of a double-edged sword because of the fact that you're shuffling your deck again. So you could lose a real good draw, or you can get another real good draw on your next turn when he's banished. So that's one thing you gotta look out for. And then we are actually going to be playing Madam Mim Sneak to bounce some cards back into the deck. Yes, I play the Madam Mim bounce package in this deck. And I also play 2 Pinocchio to exert an opposing character so that I can start getting into taking out some characters that are a nuisance. And then for my last 2 2-cost character cards are 3 copies of the Enchantress, to quest for 2 and to, be challenged if possible. Now, for my 3-cost characters, Jasper has always been in this deck. However, I'm thinking about replacing him because I haven't used him much. What I'm thinking about replacing him with is actually 4 copies of Merlin Crab to give my characters +3 when he enters and leaves the field, which is real good. But also, it's pretty good if you're able to get Jasper out and then have him quest and then make your opponent's character not quest. Unless they have ward, then there's nothing you can do. So, be sure to read your card, folks. And then we have a new addition to this deck, 4 copies of Cloud Kicker, so that, you know, we can bounce characters with 2 strength or less back to a player's hand. So that's a very good thing, you know, to keep going. And then I do not have a playset, but 3 Madam Mim Foxes seems to work pretty good with this deck. I'm not gonna lie, I like having 3 instead of overflooding with 4, though 4 might be good because, you know, I really haven't. I either draw 1 or I wind up drawing 2. So, and then for my last 3 cost cards are Peter Pan, Never Landing, you know, just evasive card, something basic. And then for my only 4 cost characters, of course, is the Goat. You know, we all know what Goat does. Now for my 5 cost characters, we're running 2 Don Canarge. If you want to replace Don Canarge with Ray, go for it. I would run 4 instead of 2 though. So that's just my opinion speaking. But since I have all 4 of my Ray in my deck, unfortunately I can't do that. So instead, I am running 3 copies of the Mad Hatter to quest for 3 and make sure that I can draw a card when he is challenged. Now these new additions to my deck, I finally was able to pick up 4 copies at my local game store today. Thank you so much for that. 4 copies of Cusco. We all know what Cusco does. Ward, he banishes a character when he's challenged and banished. So yeah, he's a nuisance. So yeah, eat your heart out. And then I really like this Maleficent. I really want to run 1 more copy of this one because yeah, she draws. Well, whenever she quests, she lets you draw a card, and then whenever you draw a card, you can move a damage counter from one character to another, to an opposing character. And then for my 6 cost characters, which are the last characters in my lineup, is Genie on the Job to bounce a character back to a player's hand, and as well as Yzma, Scary Beyond All Reasons. However, Yzma returns a character back to the deck, and that character's owner draws 2 cards. So that would be great for your thing. Now for song/actions, I am playing 3 copies of Strike a Match. You know, it's kind of like Graceful Charity, except you draw 2 and discard 1 card. That's pretty much it. And then we play Pot of Greed. I mean, Friends on the Other Side. So, you know, just more draw power. Again, this deck really, really needs draw power. And then, for our last and final card, we are playing 3 copies of the Queen's Castle, which is actually pretty good. If I get 1 more, then I'll probably play 1 more. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do yet. However, I do not want to overflow my my cards with locations or anything that can clunk up the deck pretty fast. So, you know, this is a fun deck to play. You know, I won 1 game with it. You know, I'm still working out the gears, seeing what works and what doesn't work. So, you know, this was a pretty short video. This was a pretty short deck profile. Again, the deck list will be in the description below. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave comments in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to this channel, as well as following me on twitch.tv/mogsSR, where I speedrun video games, and where hopefully soon I will be playing Pixelborn on live for you guys. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. This has been mogsSR signing off, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day.